Gods of the Bible, gods. Wait a minute. All the Abrahamic religions say it's one God. That's what they say. That's not what they did. That's what they say. That's not what the whole world did. The whole world had many gods. The ancient world had many gods. And you can tell that there are many gods because there were always battles going back and forth between the gods, especially Baal. The Yahwehs, the ones who were, crazy over Yahweh, they didn't like the Baal people. They wanted to get rid of them. So they're always going back and forth, back and forth. Never in the Bible did it tell you that there was only one God for all time and that everyone worshiped this one God. So let's just establish that there are gods in the Bible. Gods of the Bible, gods. Wait a minute. All the Abrahamic religions say it's one God. That's what they say. That's not what they did. That's what they say. That's not what the whole world did. The whole world had many gods. The ancient world had many gods. And you can tell that there are many gods because there were always battles going back and forth between the gods, especially Baal. The Yahwehs, the ones who were, crazy over Yahweh, they didn't like the Baal people. They wanted to get rid of them. So they're always going back and forth, back and forth. Never in the Bible did it tell you that there was only one God for all time and that everyone worshiped this one God. So let's just establish that there are gods in the Bible.
All right, Shalom. And all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. And double honor to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone for teaching this truth that's gone all around the earth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. It's your brother Atazawam from the Great Millstone here in St. Louis. And as we can see from that clip, I don't know who this lady is, but she's been popping up right regular, okay, with her weird looking self. She looked like she's just too old to be trying to get out front, right? And catch a few left hooks because, it just goes to show you that whether young or old, these women are just clamorous, all right? They don't know how to keep their mouths shut. And here you have an older woman, all right? I'm going to try to be respectful. An older woman with all these dots on her head and tattoos and what have you. And I would imagine she deemed herself to be very spiritual. Well, yeah, you could say you spiritual because you got demons on you, okay? And demons are evil spirits. And the Most High put them on you and bugs you out, lady, whoever you are and wherever you came from, okay? Of course, the scriptures tell you about other gods, lady, all right? The nations have their gods. I mean, it's already in the scriptures. However, in case you didn't notice, since you act as if you have read the entire Bible or you know so much about the scriptures, the God of the Bible, and by the way, his name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, all right? Yahweh, all right? He exists, all right? Now, Yahweh is the power, the true creator of all things, and he is the God of the Israelites, all right, in the scriptures, all right, and he's the only God, all right, that the Israelites have. Now, of course, the Israelites, all Israel fell and worshiped what? These other gods of these other nation people, okay, all right. That's something that the Israelites did, which subsequently put us in the position that we're in today. All right. Newsflash, lady. All right. Of course, other gods are spoken of in the scriptures. All right. So anyway, for the Israelites' sake, okay, those that may be listening, those that may watch, okay, first thing I'm going to say is stay away from people like this. Stay away from her channel. She has zero knowledge of what the scriptures is talking about. Okay, she's all mingled up and tangled up with all these wicked spirits and evil thoughts of what spirituality is. Okay, and she doesn't know what she's talking about. So I'm not going to try to make this real long. We got a number of scriptures to go through. All right, of course, the Bible talks about other gods with a small g. All right, and the Lord gave in sometimes, because I think I seen another one of her videos. He was talking about Elohim, which the word is Elohim. It's Elohim for all you black Christians out there that think you deep when you be in your black churches talking about El Shaddai and Elohim and all of that. It's Elohim. This is Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, right? With a small g. This is a part of the commandments for who? For Israel. Okay, not the other nations. The other nations can do whatever they want. You, on the other hand, as an Israelite, are not supposed to follow what the other nations are doing. That's real easy. So the Lord, has examples in the Bible that show you that you get jacked up. Let me take that back. You get fucked up by Yahweh Shem Yahushua when you worship other gods. How about that? And forgive my tone, but I this kind of thing here kind of it chides you behind, because here it is, you're a woman and you think you're so deep, and on top of that you got a lot of age on you. Just be quiet. That's all you got to do. Just be quiet. Now we're going to read a couple of stories here. Let me see here. Let me go to this one first. 1 Kings 18. Let me see. Let's go up. Let's just jump in right here. This is when Obadiah meets Elijah. Okay. All right. Above that, they have a conversation, and Obadiah is afraid that Elijah told him to go back and tell Ahab that he's seen him, and Obadiah was afraid that, first of all, that he had sinned because he's seen the great prophet Elijah, all right, and he wanted to make sure that he sent him back and tell him that he was Elijah was around, all right, to tell Ahab. Okay, and Obadiah was kind of afraid. He was like, I don't want to be slayed if they can't find you. Okay, so anyway, here's the duel between the Most High, right, the God of the Bible, right, versus other gods. Okay, and in this particular case, because she brought up Baal, okay, and kept, or Baal, right, she kept bringing that up. Of course, this exists, all right, because other nations believed in whatever it is that they had. They're not the people of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Israelites are. So anyway, 1 Kings 18:20, it says, so Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel. There's your first clue, lady. And gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how ye between two opinions? You know what? Let me see. No, I'll keep going. If the Lord Yahweh be power, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, I only remain a prophet of the Lord, because Obadiah hid most of the prophets, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. I kind of almost want to go back up and read up at the top, but you can read it. You can read it for time's sake. You can read it on your own. Verse 23, let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. See, this is the test between which God is the real God, and which one is an idol. Okay? Verse 24, and call ye on the name of your gods, right? Small g, plural. Whatever gods they were serving. And it's somewhat like today. Like that lady. She probably got multiple gods that she fall down to. Okay? And I will call on the name of the Lord Yahweh, power that answereth by fire, let him be the Most High. And all the people answered and said, it is well spoken. All right, so this is a contest, all right, to see whose power is going to show up. 25, and Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you one bullock for yourselves and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under it. Salakia. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered, and they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God. Right? Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he's sleeping and must be awake. Right. So the prophet Elijah, the prophet of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right, mocked these people about their gods. Okay? So sure, there was other quote-unquote gods, but they were the gods of the other nations. All right? Not the almighty power, who is the God of the Israelites. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lancets until the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord Yahweh that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob. See? All right? So the God of the Bible is for the 12 sons, or for the Israelites. All right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and subsequent after that, the 12 tribes, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. Right? That's when Jacob's name was changed to Yasharallah. All right? Verse 32, and with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seeds. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, do it the second time, and they did it the second time. And he said, do it the third time, and they did it the third time. And the water ran about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Yahweh, power of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art power, or the Most High in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord Yahweh, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord power, and that thou hast turned their heart back again, right? Because Israel was following all these other false gods. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice and the wood and the stones and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, the Lord Yahweh, right? Not Yahweh, is the power. The Lord Yahweh is the Most High. Okay? And Elijah said unto them, take the prophets of Baal, and let not one of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook Kishon, and slew them there. Okay? So all the false prophets of Baal were put to death by Elijah. See? Of course, the Bible is filled with other gods. All right? How else would the Lord test? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got to put some false gods in there to show that he's God. I mean, it's real simple. All right? Anyway, let's go over to Psalms 96:4. It says, "For the Lord Yahweh is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above what? All gods." You see? So what is the lady talking about? What is she trying to prove with her statement? Of course the Bible talks about other gods. For all the gods of the nations, all these other people who are outside Israel, okay, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahweh made the heavens. Honor and majesty are before him, strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Give unto the Lord Yahweh, O ye kindreds, right? All you other people, okay? Of the people, give unto the Lord glory and strength. Give unto the Lord Yahweh the glory due unto his name. Yahweh, not Yahweh, right? Not Elohim, okay? Bring an offering and come into his courts. O worship the Lord Yahweh in the beauty of holiness. Fear before him all the earth. Say among the heathen, right, all you outsiders, that the Lord reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved, and he shall judge the people righteously. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful, and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice before the Lord Yahweh. For he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness, and the people with his truth, right? And the scriptures are the truth. Of course, the Lord let all these people have their gods. These other nations have their gods, so he could knock them down and show you that he is the only power. You see? You can't be heavyweight champ and don't have no contender. All right? This is Judges 2:11. And it reads, "And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord." All right? Once again, okay? Taking on what the nations did and what gods that the nations round about them served. "And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord Yahweh and served Baalim. And they forsook the Lord power of their fathers," right? Because that was an agreement that we wouldn't, serve any other gods. For our Lord had rescued us out of Israel, you see. Verse 12, "For they forsook the Lord power of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods." Again, small g with an S, plural. Of course there were other gods, lady. "Of the gods of the people that were round about them," see, "and bowed themselves unto them and provoked the Lord." His name is in capital letters. All right, Yahweh. Matter of fact, let's just go into it because, man, I mean, we have to do it over and over and over, and that's okay because that's part of teaching, for you folks out there, all right, who are watching, you're learning, and particularly you women, all right, stay in order, Salakia, I forgot what I was looking for. What did I say? Oh, Lord. And even here, you see it right here. 4 characters, right? From right to left, Yah-ha-wah-ha, Yahweh. Okay? It says at the bottom, Yehovah, but there's no V's and no E's, okay, in the Paleo Hebrew. Okay, so it goes to show you that he does have a name, and she said that God didn't have a name, which she was a liar. Okay? Verse 13, "And they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtoreth." Okay, another false god. "And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so they could not any longer stand before their enemies, whithersoever they went out. The hand of the Lord was against them for evil," right? It was evil for Israel to serve what? Other so-called gods. And these gods couldn't see, they couldn't hear, they couldn't think, they couldn't walk, they couldn't do anything. They were idols. and the other nation people bow down to him, same as you see today. You know, these wicked gooks got a fat dude that sits with his legs folded, right, naked. And then you got them people over there, Elam, worshiping cows and all kind of crazy shit, snakes and all that kind of stuff. The other nations have always had other gods, and it's recorded right here in the scriptures, lady. You didn't, you didn't have some kind of epiphany and tell us something that we didn't already know. Okay. Verse 15 again. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord had said, and as the Lord Yahweh had sworn unto them, and they were greatly depressed, distressed. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them, right? Those judges are also considered, right, gods, or we would be gods today, little g's, okay? So she act like she was making a point by saying that, okay? If you understand the scriptures, you know that that's what it sometimes goes into, right? All right, the gods of Israel, in the sense of a small g, were those that ruled, or kings or judges, judges, okay, that it goes into from time to time, all right? But to act like there's more than one real power that's ruling over everything is ridiculous, okay? Idols are nothing. Exodus 19:1, and it reads, in the third month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai, for they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto the Most High, and the Lord Yahweh called unto him out of the mountain, saying, thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, right, which would be Israel, and tell the children of Israel, ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself, right, because we are people unto the Lord. He made all the other nations, all right, and let them have their gods, but these other people are just window dressing, okay? These other nation people are just window dressing. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, which we did not do, see, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, all right? So it's not like these other nation people are the same as the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the Israelites. All right, these people are not on our level, and neither are they fake. They're fake, false gods. Okay, their gods are idols. For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. You see, these are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, nobody else. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord Yahweh commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord Yahweh has said we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord Yahweh. And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mountain, nor touch the borders of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death. There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned, or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trump soundeth long, they shall come up to the mountain. And Moses went down from the mountain unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day, come not at your wives, right? So don't even have sex with your women, all right? Because he wants you to be clean. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. Okay? Why? Because of the fear of the Lord. Okay? You know, sometimes you might hear a real bad crack of thunder, right? And you jump right out of your sleep, okay? Because it'll shake the whole house, right? So you can only imagine in this time in pitch black dark, okay, when that happens. Of course, they were all afraid. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with Yahweh, all right? And they stood at the near parts of the mountain. You see, that's the power and the fear of the Lord, all right? The one true living God. You know, anything that you got to make with your hands is not a God. I can kick over a statue and it can't do anything to me, you see? But, you know, you got all these weirdos out here now, you know, who deem themselves to be teachers and spiritual, man. Don't listen to these people. They don't know what they're talking about. This is Mark 12:28, and it reads, and one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together and perceiving that he had answered them well, which was Yahushua, they were going into, I believe this is the story of what, the 7 brothers and the one woman whose husband or whose wife she shall be in the kingdom. I think that's what this, pretty sure that's what that's talking about. But anyway, just to get down to the point, we'll read 28 again. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? And Yahushua answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, right? Okay. Shema, Yasharallah, Yahweh, Al-Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, all right? And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these, which encompasses all the commandments, really. All right? If you can keep them two, you can keep the others. All right? Because it'll lead you not to do all the wicked things of the, well, you could say, because there's over 600 laws, but the 10 primary, all right, that we know to keep us from doing wickedness to each other, all right, as neighbors or as brothers, all right, sisters for that matter. All right, verse 32, and the scribe said unto him, well, master, thou hast said the truth, for there is what? One God, and there is none other but he. You see it? So crazy lady, go somewhere else and be crazy. Get off the internet. Somebody needs to take your phone from you. Okay? Verse 33, and to love him with all thy heart and with all thy understanding, with all the soul and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, as more than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifice. And when Yahushua saw that he answered discreetly, he said, unto him thou art not far from the kingdom of the Most High. And no man after that does ask him any question. Right. So he answered them perfectly. Okay. And they couldn't gainsay anything that he said. Talking about Yahushua. All right. So let's look at this. All right. The one God of the Bible. Though there is mention other gods of the nations. And yes, Israelite men are referred to as gods also, or judges. You see? So, you know, she tried to do a little bit of wordplay there, but it ain't working. All right? You go somewhere and sit down. Or as they say in the country, go somewhere and sit down. They don't say sit, they say sit down. Anyway, 1 Corinthians 8:1. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know. But if any man love Yahweh, or the Most High, the same is known of him. As concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world. Right? Any fake false god means nothing. You see? And that there is none other, right? None other power but one. That's Yahweh. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many, what? And lords many. Right. What's your point, lady? It's already covered in the scriptures. You ain't writing no new scriptures now. But to us there is but one God. How many? But to us there is but one God, the Father of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, by whom are all things, and we by him. Howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge, for some that have conscience of the idol unto his hour eat it, as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. But meat commendeth us not to God, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. Right? So it doesn't matter. You can eat it or not eat it. Either way, you ain't condemned because it was offered unto a fake false god. Okay? Clear and simple. There's but one God, and his name is Yahweh. This is Timothy, in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I exalt therefore that first of all supplications, prayer, intercession, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings, and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. For this is good and acceptable in the sight of the Most High, our Savior, who will have all men to be saved, and those men are talking about Israel, and to come unto the knowledge of the truth. For there is one God, one power, and one mediator between what? That one God and men, which is Yahushua. All right? The man, Mashiach Yahushua, who gave himself a ransom for all, that all is all of Israel, to be testified in due time. Now, of course, in this time period, we always tell you that the Lord is coming to what? Gather his elect. Okay? But eventually, all Israel will be saved. Okay? Ephesians 4:1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness and long-suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. Right? It's one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God, and Father of all. There's only but one. Who is what? Above all. Any other fake false gods, deities, whatever you want to call them, there ain't none of them on the level of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, all right? Or the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. And through all and in you all, okay? For those who have repented and returned in this day and age, okay? There's but one Father and one Savior. James chapter 2, verse 14, this be the last one. All right. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace and be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? Right. Don't run your yap. You know, when you got it in your hand, you could give and help a brother or sister out, and you just tell them, well, I'm going to pray for you. That's that Christian shit. Okay, that's that shit you find in the Christian church. All right. People got big mouths in the church, but they have and have very little action, right? You know, put your money where your mouth is. That's what the world says, right? Don't talk shit. You know, you're gonna talk about it. You need to be about it. Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, Thou hast thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is what? One God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Right? So, of course, the spirits are on the left hand, the evil spirits on the left hand side of the Most High, and they tremble around the Lord. All right? Knowing that He's all powerful. You know? And pretty much that's it. That's all I wanted to get. You know, it's kind of lengthy, but, you know, I've seen a couple of this lady's videos pop up, and, you know, I just felt like I had the need to address it because it's foolishness. It's just an old woman being clamorous and busy. You don't know what you're talking about, lady. All right? Go somewhere and sit down. With that, I'll end it right there, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash, and double honor to our apostles, and that was a great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'll see you all again real soon with another lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.